right. We are back. 15 minutes on the clock. P3. Score at the beginning of the period is 3-0. Wayzata leading. We're going to start this period with Elazara and Scarlett's line. Natalie and Vivian on defense. Got a little bobbling against the board there. Natalie going to send it across the ice, and MVI gets offsides. MVI going D to D. Scarlett working on the boards, trying to get that free. MVI breaks in. Natalie all over this player. Now Vivian providing some pressure. MVI drop pass to their defense across to one of the forwards that was staying high for some reason. MVI behind the net. A little on the boards. MVI not able to contain. Going D to D. MVI dumps deep to get a change. Vivian picks it up. Vivian's going to slide it across. Picked up by Scarlett mid-ice, who cycles it up to Ella. Ella going to the middle of the ice. Oh, Greta making some contact there. Quinn cycles it back to the blue line. MVI offsides. Eve goes in, manages to break that puck free. Staying with it. Greta's right in to help. Goes deep to Michaela. Michaela going to look for somebody. Michaela goes front of the net. Tries for a shot. Now to the corner. Cycles it back to Vivian. Vivian sends it in towards the net. We get a little bobbling. MVI trying for some sort of a drop situation there. We've got two players all over them. And MVI ices. Oh, they don't ice it because they managed to just snag the edge alley's pad. Lame. That's what I say. Eve to Michaela, or Michaela to Eve rather, maybe? Or Sydney to Eve? I don't know. They were in the middle of a change. Sydney behind the net. Good pressure. Breeze at the slot, waiting. Natalie sends it in on the boards, and we got sort of a shot. I've got some team warming up behind me, so if it gets loud, it's their fault. All right, we got a shot down at the net. I think it was from the defense. I couldn't see. Cycles back to the defense. Quinn waiting to see. And we got it behind the net. Picked up by, looks like, Bree. MVI's going to try. They get it out, but there's no one there. Sydney cycles it back to the defense. Picked up by Quinn. Got a lot of forecheck pressure from MVI on this shift. Natalie sends it. She was thinking about sending it up. She goes cross ice to Bree. Bree's going to break in. A lot of pressure from MVI's defense. And MVI trades off behind the net. The player is going to go right up the middle. Detached by Charlie. Their players run into each other. Not sure what that was. Maybe offsides. We're going to get a face-off center ice. And a fresh set of legs. Elazara and Scarlett on forward. Natalie and Vivian on defense. MVI wins a face-off. Zara putting great forecheck pressure on this MVI defense. And they fall. MVI's parents seem to think that was a trip. They're wrong. Scarlett gonna cycle it back to Natalie. Natalie sends it up. Whoops, sorry, I'm a little zoomed in there. Scarlett waiting patiently. Perfect entry. Kind of slipping a little bit in the neutral zone. Zara putting a lot of pressure on the MVI defense. We got some action by the boards here. People just kind of falling. Natalie's going to take a shot. Oh, Scarlett bonks it out of the air. Oh, we get a little push from behind from MVI. People are starting to get a little handsy now. Third period. MVI's puck attempt to send a pass gets kicked. Vivian behind the net. Actually, sorry, that's Greta behind the net. Greta going to go all the way down ice. Maybe get a shot. Shot by Greta. Stopped by their goaltender. It's a pretty steep angle, but nice run into the zone, and now we're deep for the face-off. Quinn sends it deep. Michaela's going to go after it behind the net. And we got MVI trying to break it out. Intercepted easily by Quinn. Eve chips it over to Michaela. Michaela's going to break it out. She's got some space, some time. Setting up. MVI takes possession. Their players going together in formation. Breaking in. Not going to get a shot off on that. Quinn, excellent defense. Vivian's up the boards to Michaela. Michaela chips it out. And we're going to get a change here. MVI sends it across the neutral zone, chips it in. Trapped on the boards. Eve will get a chance to get off ice so that we get the third member of this Charlie and Bree and Sydney line. Natalie sends it to Quinn. Quinn up to Sydney. Sydney's going to go in, skating. Very nice setup. Sydney takes a shot. Oh, almost get a rebound opportunity there. MVI turning the puck over. Natalie takes the puck behind the net. Natalie chips up the board. The MVI player's stick managed to get a little piece of that, but we are out of the zone now, thanks to Bree. Bree sends it to Charlie. Charlie, release. It's in the netting. The refs seem to have a disagreement about where this face-off should be. They're going to stay in the zone. All right, Sydney's behind the net. Oh, nice centering attempt at Bree. We have three forwards down on top of this MVI player. She gets a little space. But we've got a nice forecheck by Charlie. Vivian now in the neutral zone. Natalie takes possession. Sydney's going to take control here on the boards. And we got a chip out that might be a little too wide. Icing. All right, we have Natalie and Vivian on defense. Zara, Ella, and Scarlett on forward. Oh, we got an MVI player spinning out. And a lot of little back and forth. Tap, tap, taparoo. Easy save by Ellie. All right, Ella chips it up the boards. Still there. MVI, oh, and Scarlett had possession there for a second. MVI takes it over. Tries to go deep, hits the ref. Got a little ring around the back here. Natalie chips it up the boards. Scarlett sends it back to the corner. Ella sends it back to Vivian. Vivian to Ella. Vivian going right up the middle. Nice action there. Ella picks it up. Narrowly stays on sides. Ella's going to be behind the net. Oh, tries for the wraparound, and Scarlett's there. Still loose. Great idea. Cycles back to the defense. Quinn takes a shot. Another shot by the defense coming from Vivian. Glove saved by MVI's goalie. Good shift. We now have Greta, Eve, and Michaela on their way out. Quinn and Vivian will stay on defense. MVI takes to the corner. Under pressure, gives up control. Vivian sends it back to the corner, little chip. Oh, we have a shove by MVI. Greta's down. Eve sends it back to Quinn. Quinn sends it back deep. Eve and Greta are both there in the corner. All right, MVI takes possession. Sends it deep. Bounces off of the side of the post, kind of funny. I think they were hoping somebody would be in front of the net. On the boards, Eve's going to chip it out. Greta's going to finish the job. Picked up by Michaela in the neutral zone. Michaela almost manages to draw a trip. Into the corner, ringed around. We got two MVI players. Eve and Natalie are there. Natalie Colds. Can't really see what's going on because there's a head in my way. It's that guy. All you can see is the head, though. The rest of him just mysteriously disappeared. That's a camouflage joke, folks. MVI barely makes it in before turning the puck over. We've got, looks like Sydney. Sydney takes a shot. Natalie, floating head in the foreground. All right, Charlie, sharp angle turn. Sydney's going to chase it down. We got three forwards on the boards. Bree putting on some pressure. Quinn on the back check. MVI sends it deep to get a change. They got one straggler and they got a defense at the blue line. We managed to get it out though, and Bree is going to chase it down. MVI taken behind the net. Good pressure from the forwards. MVI feeding it up their boards. Center, oh, we got a little piece of that. Charlie got her stick on. MVI, oh, almost goes off sides. Now sends it deep. Natalie sending it up the boards. It's going to get picked up by Ella, maybe. MVI reacts just in time. Scarlett now with control. Attempted to send it to Zara. We just got a lot of chipping around here. All right, Ella's at the boards.
Nice, Daddy.
Ooh, good shot attempt by MVI. MVI intercepts in the neutral zone. We get a little bobbling back and forth. Vivian with control. Sends it over to Ella. Ella's going to break in. Oh, nice feed pass to Zara. Zara off the post. Their goalie's trying to cover it, but she's not successful. It's still loose. MVI manages to get the space. MVI streaming down the ice, but they've got four players back checking. Zara's going to get another attempt at this. Oh, tries to swing through, but too much traffic. And Ella takes a shot. Nice release, gloved by the MVI goaltender. We've got Eve, Greta, Michaela on their way out. Quinn and Vivian at defense. Looks like the goaltenders got to do a little equipment check here. Wardrobe change. Throwing in a fresh Zen. Maybe two. 3 minutes 46 left in P3. Lots of forecheck pressure by the forwards. We have Michaela in the corner. Greta comes to help. Vivian, shot low. Covered by MVI's goaltender. 3:32 left. Battery at 20%. All right, we've got all three of our forwards down to the corner, cycling back to Vivian. Vivian's going to get a shot. Nice and low. Oh, rebound. Lots of bouncing around that goaltender. Great pressure. I'm guessing our line's going to change here. Nope, line's going to stay out for this face-off. Might as well leave him there, not skating. MVI wins the face-off to the corner, sends it behind the net, but we got Greta there. Greta tries to feed it up to Michaela from the net. MVI player on the, on the ice. Oh, good back check pressure. Quinn picks it up. We got something. Looks like a penalty coming. Yep, tripping penalty. MVI. All right, Wayzata will get a change and a power play. Oh, the tripping penalty's on us. Oh, all right then. Michaela going to the box for a tripping penalty. Wayzata on the penalty kill. So we have Quinn and Natalie. And looks like Bree and Charlie for the penalty kill. Okay, kind of a slow face-off draw there. MVI sending it back to their defense. Their defense sputtering a bit. Sends it to the other defense. Maybe that'll work. Their defense tries for a good shot. Charlie gets a piece of it, deflects wide. MVI behind the net, cycling to their forward in the corner, back to behind the net, trying for a wraparound. No success. Shut down by Ellie. MVI cycling back to their defense. And just on the doorstep, MVI fails, sends it down, and it's not going to be iced because, Bree almost got there. All right, we go back to our zone because it's just barely icing. We have 1:14 left on the penalty, 2:19 for the period. Wayzata still up 3-0. Mavericks win the draw. Release, blocked by Sydney. MVI defense cycling, trying for a shot, shoots wide. Cycling back to their defense. Defense is going to try it again. Oh, deflected off of, I think that was Sydney's leg guard. Not a shot, that's about 3 feet wide. Time to put some time in your garage, young lady. All right, we have Wayzata on the forecheck. Shot, covered. So we now have Greta and Sydney on the forecheck. MVI's coach is not happy about this. He's shrugging. I don't know why. Oh, we drew a penalty apparently. All right, we're playing 4-on-4. Did not see the penalty. Unclear what they called, hooking maybe. That's what I get for not paying attention. All right, we have Sydney taking the face-off. Greta, Natalie, and Vivian. All right, Vivian chips it in. MVI trying to send it out. Their player touches it. That's got to be icing. .31 seconds left on the power play, 96 seconds left in the game. Face-off, MVI zone. Same players. Nope, we got fresh legs. We're going Zara at the face-off, Scarlett at the point, Natalie and Vivian on defense. All right. MVI is going to ring it around behind the net. Picked up by Scarlett. Scarlett taking her time. Natalie. Back to Scarlett. Scarlett's thinking about it. She's taking her time. She's got no pressure on her. Natalie takes a shot. Very nice. Scarlett picks up behind the net. Scarlett cycles back to Vivian. Vivian cycles back to Scarlett. Scarlett's going to tap it over to Natalie. Natalie's going to let it rip. Very nice shot. I like that blocker side high. And we got Ella out. Wayzata full strength. Back to Natalie. Natalie's going to take a low shot. Goaltender covers. 51 seconds left, P1, or sorry, P3. All right, we got Zara. Everybody's moving real slowly, like slow motion. They weren't quite sure whether we were going to start playing again, apparently. MVI, control, under a lot of pressure. Excellent back check by Ella. Turns over the puck in the neutral zone. That probably should have been offsides, but who cares? We're up 3 goals. Picked up by Vivian easily. Vivian sends it over to Zara. Zara through the neutral zone. Zara's going to get a shot. Zara shoots. Oh, Scarlett was right there. Almost got the rebound. It is loose, folks. She manages to cover. 20 seconds left in the third period. 30 seconds left on the Mavericks penalty. Greta, Michaela, Eve for the forwards. Natalie and Vivian out for defense. Cycles back to Natalie. Natalie to Vivian. Vivian's going to try to get that to Michaela. Back to Vivian. Vivian sends it. Swallowed up by the goaltender. 9.7 seconds left on the clock. Sends it back to Vivian. Vivian chips it in the general direction of the net. We're going to get, a shot by Greta. Gloved by the goaltender. 0.8 seconds left on the clock. I'll let the tape roll in case you want to see that last fraction of a second. Here it is. 3-0 final. Wayzata.